Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. So excited to be with you guys today, whether this is a chance for us to meet up live or you're going to catch this on the recording either on Facebook or YouTube. I am so excited to connect with you today. So if you're new, welcome. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, as well as our Midlife Mindset Shift course. A little admin I like to do at the beginning of all these calls is to let you know that if you're interested in the intermittent fasting course, of course, registration is open. We will start on Saturday, I think Saturday is December 31st. So great way to kick off a new year. If you're interested in joining us in the Midlife Mindset Shift course, because you are a graduate of the intermittent fasting course, check your inbox because your invitation to join us will be going out later this afternoon. So today I'm going to share with you 5 healthy habits that I have incorporated and really refined over the course of the past 5 years or so that I have been practicing this intermittent fasting lifestyle for myself and then teaching other women how to incorporate for their life as well. These are the 5 things that have really helped me stay in the game. They are the 5 things that have helped me really manage my changing body through menopause. They're the 5 things that have really helped me be in control of how I want my body to show up. It has helped me with my mindset. It has helped me in every aspect of my life. And for the thing that most of us are struggling with going through menopause is that whole body image, weight loss, body fat, all the things that are changing that we feel like are so difficult and are so out of control. These 5 things have been the 5 primary things that I've implemented that have really helped me stay ahead of that game as well. So thanks for checking in and letting me know where you all have called in from. As you know, at the end of my little coaching session today, I open up the conversation for us to have a little back and forth dialogue. If you're a graduate of the course, let me know. Let me know how you're doing. I'm always interested in how it is you are incorporating this lifestyle for yourself. So we'll do that in just a few minutes. So I'm going to release these one at a time, and I'm going to release them and then share with you how I've implemented them and why I've implemented them and how they have really helped me in so many ways. So the first one is boundaries and circumstances. So I like to teach from the aspect of mindset, right? Because we can talk about the benefits of kale and why it's super important to do this and do not do that and all the things that we hear about in the world of nutrition and dieting and all of those kind of things. But if we don't have this right and we're not working on our thoughts and we're not working on how it is we are really incorporating the things that we do in our life based on how we're feeling, then all of that is just it's noise, basically. We really need to start thinking about how we're showing up from ourselves from the standpoint of how are we thinking, right? So boundaries with circumstances is probably one of the most aha moment kind of concepts that I really incorporated for myself when I was diagnosed with a pre-diabetic condition. And I had to make some really hard at the time decisions in the moment because I didn't want that situation to get worse for me. And so I had to really rethink how I cared for my body. And so there were certain things that I had to incorporate and rethink and reevaluate so that I could reverse what was going on and not feel like I was on some drastic diet or food change. And so I created boundaries with circumstances. And let me explain to you how this is so profound if you're struggling with weight loss or body image, or you just don't know how to reincorporate some new disciplines for yourself. So boundaries are basically just guidelines that we live by, and the circumstances are the things that happen if we don't follow those guidelines, right? So one of the biggest and most profound boundaries with circumstances that I incorporated when I started intermittent fasting was I don't do anything in the morning until I've had 25 ounces of water. This has really changed the game for me. And 25 ounces of water, I know is a lot for a lot of people, but I want you to think about this. It gives you an opportunity to wake up. It gives your body an opportunity to kind of settle into your day. And then you don't do anything that's going to disrupt your body kickstarting itself until you get that water in you, right? So I do 25 ounces of water. I do not let myself have any kind of coffee. Black coffee is the coffee of choice that I like, right? I don't allow myself to have any coffee until I've had my 25 ounces of water in. One of the biggest struggles I hear from women is how do I get all my water in? And I think boundaries and circumstances can be one of those things that you can incorporate to really help just create a discipline for yourself, and that you don't let something else happen until you've completed the thing that you are having like the biggest struggle with. So another one is like what you do like habitually when you sit on the couch, right? So sitting on the couch can be like, I'm going to sit on the couch at a certain time during the night and kind of unwind and watch my shows or whatever. But on the couch, I'm going to make sure that I don't have snacks, right? Because I'm in my fasted state. So I can sit on the couch. The boundary is the couch is fine at night to watch TV, but the circumstances, the couch is a place I don't snack, right? So if I'm going to sit on the couch, then I'm not going to allow this to happen because that can throw me off. So you get to kind of make these up for yourself. But if you're struggling with sticking to something or struggling starting something, boundaries and circumstances can be a really fun way to just kind of play with your thoughts so you can create these healthy habits for yourself without feeling like you're super deprived. So it's not that I'm not going to drink coffee or that coffee is not allowed. It's just that I'm going to do something first, and the coffee's kind of the reward. It's not that sitting on the couch and watching TV at night is bad, but what I had is that I often brought healthy habits with it. So now I just create different circumstances so that I can enjoy my time on the couch. It's a super fun way to kind of just play with your brain. Another really healthy habit that I incorporated that has helped me in my life in so many ways, especially with intermittent fasting, is my relationship with hunger. Hungry is where magic happens. If you can understand why this is a true statement, if you can appreciate the feeling of hunger in your own body, and as a woman, I always say that a woman who can thrive in a state of hungry is a woman that is unstoppable. Like, because so many of us have used food as that thing that takes us out of the game. And what I want you to think about is the opportunity that happens when your body is just functioning on its own, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And those things can only happen when you're in that state of hungry. We have been conditioned and maybe lied to a little bit about hungry being a bad thing. Hungry is really our opportunity, when we're doing it correctly, to force our body to go within itself and fix the problems, right? We take our brain out of it and just trust that our body is going to know what to do. The amount of energy and clarity and confidence and reversing the signs of aging opportunities that you're going to create for yourself when you create this healthy habit and healthy thought of hungry is where the magic happens, and this is where I'm going to thrive. And when things in my life feel out of control, or when I feel in doubt, or when I'm not feeling at my best, or when something feels stressful, or when whatever, if you lean into hungry as opposed to leaning into soothing, everything in your life will have an opportunity to get better. Trust that process. Hungry is in fact where the magic happens. It is one of the healthiest habits I have created, because I used to be the girl that ate when everything felt wrong. I ate when I felt weak. I ate when I felt tired. I ate when I felt stressed. I ate when everything was an eating solution. And when you flip the script on that, I trust me when I tell you, it could be one of the healthiest habits that you can incorporate, and you will have time, you will have resources, you will have your finances staying in your pocket as opposed to someone else's, and then you will have the opportunity to also thrive in that state of healing opportunity, especially for us as menopausal women. The other healthy habit that I have created for myself that has really changed the game for me is I only look forward. So we talk about creating our future self. We talk about how we want to reverse the signs of aging so that we can see the life that we have available to us moving forward without limitations and managing medicines and being limited in how we move, or having our family like have to take care of us, right? And that can only happen if we look for the opportunities that are in front of us and we make decisions based on that, and we stop looking for validation from our past. Most of the women that I coach here in this community were not very happy with the version of themselves in the past anyways, but we create this illusion or this fantasy that it was always better before. And what I really have incorporated for myself is that the better is about to happen. The better is on the other side of this decision that I'm about to make. The better is me 10 years from now. The better is 20 years from now. And I look at that in the forward aspect of myself or the future aspect of myself so that I can make decisions in the present that are going to take me where I want to go. This is probably one of the best and most aha kind of moment concepts that will create healthy habits for yourself, because you are thinking about what you're going to have happen as opposed to what has already happened. And food for a lot of people, again, I have to say especially women because that's the community that I work with, is the thing that we use because something already happened. So think about food and how it's going to present itself for you in the future as your future self, and it can be one of the healthiest habits you can incorporate for yourself moving forward that can change the game for you. Number 4, I know me best. Again, one of the simplest concepts to think about, but one of the most difficult things to actually believe, right? You don't need anybody else to tell you what you're supposed to eat, when you're supposed to eat, how you're supposed to exercise, when you should sleep, any of those things. You know you best. What I am going to really focus on in the new year for us as a community and how I'm going to show up for you as a coach that you have chosen to spend time with is really getting you to understand who you are. You know you. You know what works for you. You know what your struggles are. You know what you want for your future self. You know what makes you happy. You know all those things. And I think all we need sometimes is the permission to just figure that out, right? Don't rely on someone else to tell you what you should be doing when they know nothing about you. We really need to take the power back for ourselves. I did that 5 years ago when I was against the grain, when everyone was telling me everything that I was doing was unhealthy for me as a woman, and I proved it all wrong because I know me best. And I want to give that power back to this community of women as well. Get to know yourself. The more intimate of a relationship you have with you and your body, the healthier you are going to be. And that's just the habit that we need to change and incorporate in our everyday life. So the 4th healthy habit that I created is understanding that I know me best and I do not have to have anybody else tell me what I need to be doing. The last one, and I need you to stick through the entire explanation of this because this one always catches people off guard. The 5th healthy habit that I have incorporated and I really cemented for myself this year was I don't care. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't have empathy or I don't have sympathy or I don't have feelings for another person. This I don't care has everything to do with me. And unsolicited opinions, these two kind of go hand in hand, which is why they're 4 and 5, right? I just don't care what your opinion is of how I show up for myself. I don't care that some other doctor, chiropractor, or whatever is saying to do something some way. If that's working for them, I'm happy for them, but I don't care because I know it works for me. I have really leaned into this year specifically because 2019, 2020, 2021, I had a really hard time having to manage other people's opinions of me, and I took them on personally, and it really slowed me down, and it really stunted my growth and what I want for myself as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, as a business owner, all the things. And so I really decided this year that I'm just not going to care. And if I'm too much or I talk too fast or you don't like where I show up and coach people, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm going to do what I need to do for me. And I want to be the example so that you can do that for you. It doesn't mean that you don't care about other people. All that it means is that you don't care about the people that are not investing in you, or like Brene Brown says, they're not in the arena with you. So if you have an unsolicited opinion about me and how I'm doing my life that works best for me, I just don't care to hear it, and I'm just not going to stand for it. And that has really lifted a lot of weight off my shoulders. It has allowed me to show up as my most authentic self even more than I was before, because I'm not going to be shielding myself or guarding myself or kind of putting up those walls in fear of what someone else might think. I'm going to live loud. I'm going to live proud. And I'm going to be very, very, very authentic. And if that just means that I'm not your cup of tea, then you can find a cup of tea somewhere else. No offense, no hard feelings. There's nothing that has to be negative about that at all. It's just you showing up for you because you know you best, and you just aren't going to let other people's opinions hold you back. This is really big for a lot of people who are afraid to show up in their workplace or around their family and live their fasting lifestyle. Despite the fact that they know that that's what's best for them, they're more worried about what other people are going to say about them or think about them. Trust me when I tell you this, when people give their opinion about you living your life, it's because they're feeling insecure about how they're living their own. Just don't care. Model what you do best for you, and before you know it, they're going to be asking you what you're doing, and then we didn't waste any time because we just didn't care in the beginning, right? These are 5 healthy habits. They're mindset habits, because if you don't get your mindset right, the nutritional value of food is going to not be relevant for you in the moment, because you're going to act on where your brain is going to go based on how you're feeling. And when you haven't set up these healthy guidelines for yourself, it's always going to take you down a path that you don't want to be on. I know that because I hear it from you, especially in this, not you specifically, but I hear it from women, especially this time of the year. I get so many emails and so many private messages, which I love getting from you guys. But what I need you to understand is nothing is going to change with you in the world of dieting and weight loss and body image and how you think and feel about yourself until you change the way you think. And these are some really simple things that you can do that cost you 0 money. It's just you rethinking what it is you say you are not happy with and what's not working for you, and creating a plan that will. That simple. This is what we're going to be working on in 2023. I'm fired up about it because this is the way I love to coach. And then we figure out the nutrition part later. The nutrition part should always be very down on the list of priorities of making change, because you are always going to default, like I say, to these kind of things that aren't working for you, as opposed to making this something that does work for you. So super excited. Okay. So like I said, registration for the intermittent fasting course is open now. We do start on Saturday. I'm leaving registration open through Saturday because I know it's the holiday season. I know people are busy and distracted. I usually close it the day before, but I'm going to keep it open all the way through the day that we start. So if you want to jump in and maybe just it's inconvenient because you're traveling, whatever, just message me and I'll get you in for sure. This is the foundation of everything that I teach by. Everything else will fall into place if you get this part right, because you'll be thinking more clearly. Okay, so let's get on with the Q&A and the comments section. I'm not going to read out, I asked you guys to let me know where you're calling in from, so I'm super excited that you guys did all that. I'm not going to read all those because we just don't have the time for that, but I'm going to answer any question you guys have. So I'm going to kind of scroll through these, so just bear with me for a second so I can get through where you're all calling in from. Cynthia, November 22 grad, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Same to you, my friend. Kristen, October 22 grad, Merry Christmas. I hope all of our graduates had an amazing experience this holiday season around the people that they love and memory-making moments and food decisions and all the things. And you got to be present in the moment because you weren't preoccupied about whether a food decision was going to be good or bad for you or whatever. You just enjoyed the moment. I'm hoping that's what you guys got. Diane, we're neighbors. Karen, where are you, my friend? Did you say where you are? Let me know where you are. Amanda, joining in from beautiful La Quinta, California. That is beautiful. Okay, let's see. Registered soon. Exciting. Yes, I can't wait for you to be in class with us, my friend. Listening live today in part of my holiday exit strategy. Yes. That's another thing. We'll talk about that again, and I'll help give you guys some step-by-step things on how to get an exit strategy. An exit strategy is just the decision that you make to end whatever season you're in, right? So for a lot of us, we're in a holiday season, and you get to decide. You don't let Hallmark decide for you, or whoever it is that's, making the rules about the holiday. You get to decide when your holiday is over and how you're going to show up for yourself on that day. I also call that like drawing a line in the sand when enough is enough, and you've decided you need to make a change. In that moment, you stop, you draw a line in the sand, and you just show up differently for yourself. So today is my day of starting fresh. I don't roll holidays into other holidays. So today is, I'm exiting. My strategy is already implemented. And for those of you who start new planners or do the passion planner, congratulations. You get to start a fresh new passion planner page today. I'm super excited about that as well. Let's see. November 22 grad, the best thing for me I've ever done. Thank you, Diane. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. I'm so happy that you trusted me with you and you jumped into class. And you did it in November of all months, right? Like you didn't let anything stop you. It's amazing what happens for us as women when we understand the changes that our bodies are going through and we make that connection with we are in control of all of that. And it's the women who are suffering through menopause just not understanding that they can control how that happens. Of course, there's things we can't change. We all know that, right? But we can feel in control by our decision-making process and then let nature take care of all the other things that we can't. And that is a super empowering feeling for us women. And it's like a fresh start. So I'm so proud of you, my friend. Teresa, happy holidays. North Carolina, November 22 graduate. Let's keep going. Yes, let's keep going for sure. Is anyone else having audio problems? I hope not. I hope not. Hopefully that'll get fixed. Jeanette, looking forward, not back to choices I made for Christmas that have me sitting here with no energy at all. I'm in the January class looking forward. Well, Jeanette, the beautiful thing for you is class starts on Saturday. You'll be in the community group on Friday, and you'll get to really have an opportunity to lean into that exit strategy and have a whole month of rinsing and repeating with us. So I can't wait to have you in class. You've been in the comment section for a while, so I'm super excited to finally get you in class with us. No audio problems. Okay, cool. Jane, hello from the UK, November 22 grad. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. New Year's is not a thing that I typically celebrate. I mean, I'm happy for a new year. It's like the freshness of it I love and embrace and all those kind of things. But I'm not a big New Year's Eve celebration person. I like going to bed on New Year's Eve with the mindset of I want to show up for my best self on the first day of the new year. So I wake up early, I get my workout in, I do all my things. I have this thing where I feel like waking up feeling bad on a New Year's Day is just like a tradition I just don't want to have. So I always lean into starting fresh on New Year's Day for sure. Teresa, yes to the future self. That's huge. Yes, for sure. Dawn, yes, self-care should always come first. 100%, 100%. And it is that thing that we do just have to feel like we have permission to do that. And that's what I always want you to know, that you will get here and that you can grant yourself anytime you want. Our ability to make sure we're our happiest and healthiest should always be first and foremost, because quite honestly, the people in your life who could be putting pressure on you or who are kind of pulling you away from your plan, they honestly really don't care anyway. It's just a fleeting moment kind of thing. So I say we get really good at just kind of controlling those situations. Amanda, November grad here. I'm mostly stuck to the problem during this festive time. I've made memory making moments. Some choices have been the best, having Chinese food last night, but so what? I continue to look forward and move on. I'm not beating myself up. Thanks to you, Diane. So thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You know, here is what we have to do, right? Is we just have to know we made an informed decision. Sometimes informed decisions may not always turn out to be the best decisions, but just acknowledging that you made a decision and then going, well, now I'm just going to get myself out of it. That's the big thing. So it's getting yourself out of it and the exit strategy, or just drawing a line in the sand that goes, that was one decision. I don't want to feel this way anymore. And I know how to get myself back on track, is all we have to do. Too many people linger in misery, and too many people linger in disappointment, and too many people linger in that self-sabotage kind of mindset. And that's the problem. The problem is never go out enjoying Chinese food, even if you may find that it's not the best for you. It's lingering in that. So no lingering. Glad you're working that out. Angela, graduate of 4 years ago, still my lifestyle. People ask me how I look so healthy after 50. Love this lifestyle. Girlfriend, welcome back. So good to have you jump in with us. Yeah, you can look healthy and you can look great at any age you decide that you want to do those things. There's just choices for sure. So happy to have you back, Angela. Leona, one of the benefits of getting older is I don't care about pleasing others anymore. It's so liberating. Yeah. And a lot of people who don't do this kind of mindset work take that as, you know, as being cold or indifferent, and it is no way cold or indifferent. When you don't people please, you show up as your most authentic self for you, and then that allows you to show up for other people in your most authentic way. And that's the best way to have relationships, right? And I think society has it kind of twisted, and that we are supposed to show up faking it and acting like everything's okay and making sure other people are happy before we're happy. And what a fake and miserable way to live your life. So yeah, show up for yourself first, and then we show up for others. Kristen, got great conversation today. Well, a way to break it down and make it simple. Thank you, Diane. Yes, so many people think that healthy habits are about you know, what kind of oil you put in your salad, which in general it is. We know there's oils that are better than others, whatever. But if you don't have this part down, none of that will matter when you come to like a cross, what is it called? Like a cross, what is it called? Fork in the road. When you get to a fork in the road in life and you're like, should I do this or should I do that? It's these kind of decision making processes that are always going to lead you down the right road, right? And if we don't have this part figured out, that's when we tend to veer off onto the wrong road. And then it's oftentimes really difficult to find ourselves back in the place where we can make better decisions. So do the mindset shift work first. Shafanda, number 5, the I don't care is what caused me to stop and take notice to you. Well, maybe 4 and 5 together. You impress no others to do them and tune out whatever doesn't work for them. Yeah, these should be the things, right, that we should really take ownership of. I know me best, so thanks for your input, but you don't know me, kind of thing, right? And this is also one of those things that you have to go to doctors with too, right? Your 15-minute appointment of however many in their day, month, week, whatever, and they're looking at a chart and they have no personal relationship with you, even if it's the same doctor you've been going to year after year, because you've probably only seen them once a year, hopefully, right? So you have to make sure you go in really knowing you so you can give the best advice and approach on how you want to handle things in your life. And then the I don't care really is the thing that I think, even if you keep it internal, like if you say in your own mind in silence, I don't care what you say or think, like it doesn't always have to be something that's an outward thing, but if you own that thought and that statement for yourself, you can just let stuff roll off so much easier. It's just way easier to get on with your life. That's the sign up for the course. If you guys need it, it's the find out more at fortoday'sagingwoman.com. I would love to have you. Chris, first of her name, just joined, trying to see the list. Trying to see this list right here, hopefully. That's it. Robin, so looking forward to the January class. Girlfriend, me too. So excited. So excited. I don't care because I do care about me. There you go. I don't care because I do care about me. Girlfriend, thank you for making that statement. I love it. Leona signed up for the January class. I cannot wait to have you in class. Love when we get to spend time together inside the community. It is the best. The best. And look at you guys are going to all be classmates together. Donna, Merry Christmas. Looking forward to class. I took it in April 2017, I think. Excited to jump in again. Cold here in Oklahoma. Yeah, it's in the 40s in Texas too. So not my favorite weather, but we're going to get through it. And yeah, you're going to love class. It's updated, so you're going to get to see it in a different format and a different version. And I think it's going to be that nice little refresher to get you back in the swing of things real quick. Carrie, thank you so much for providing this content. Sleeping better, more energy, and so many other benefits, including huge decrease in menstrual cramps. What a great surprise. 24 is the way to go. Yeah, and that's the one thing that they say about us women and practicing intermittent fasting, especially the 20-hour fast, is going to mess up our hormones. And we're not supposed to be like knocked out from our menstrual cycle, and we're not supposed to be knocked out from PMS, or we're not supposed to be knocked out from menopause. All of those are lifestyle conditions that we as a society have brought on. And when we kind of do different things, we get different results. So I'm glad that you're finding that relief, my friend. That's the way it's supposed to be. Heidi, I paid for the class but didn't go. Can I just pick up from now? If you had already joined, so if you've joined before this one that's going to start in January, you can just go log into fortoday'sagingwoman.com/login. Your course should be there. You can just pick a lesson and start wherever you want. Just me. Hello, August 22 grad, current mindset shift class. I had a great holiday season with great food choices and intermittent fasting. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. I love that. Deborah, one of my students bought a giant box of chocolates for me. I love chocolate and thought of setting a limit of just 1 chocolate a day. Thoughts? It all depends on how your body responds to chocolate. So I'm going to guess that if you read the ingredients of that chocolate, that there's probably soy in it. Soy can be one of those things that can just put you in complete hormonal turmoil. So if it's worth it for that, maybe. If it's not worth it for that, then maybe not, right? And I don't know how many chocolates are in the box. If it's giant, that's that many days that you're going to spend not feeling your best because someone decided to buy you a box of chocolates without asking you what your nutritional choices were, right? So I always say with those kind of things, I say thank you and I smile and I tell them how much I appreciate the thought. And then I get to decide once I take it home what I want to do with it. And with that chocolate, I would throw it in the trash. Me personally, I would just throw it in the trash. I don't buy those kind of gifts for people anymore because there's too much risk of me not knowing them and knowing what their circumstances are. So I would throw it in the trash. Heidi, I paid for the December class but didn't go. Can I just pick up from now? I think, yeah, I think you can just log in, just start. What time does the new class start on Saturday? You guys, it's all pre-recorded conveniently because we have an international base of women. Literally women from all over the world are going to be in class together. And so every day you get a new lesson. It's released at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time on my website. The community group is on my website. There's no social media needed. And you'll just get a new lesson delivered to your inbox every day, or you can just log into your course and check it out every day at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're on the West Coast, you can get it, or in Hawaii, you can get it early. And if you're on the East Coast, you generally get it a little later in the day. Or if you're international, you might get it in the afternoon. That's the beauty of having things pre-recorded. Becky, November 22 grad, had a great Christmas. Definitely ate more than I normally would have, but I kept saying to myself that 2 days will not undo the 5 months of good that I've done. Back on track today. Exit strategy is the game right there, my friend. Joan, is 24 the best way to go? It all depends on what your goals are, but for most women who are going through hormonal seasons of change, the 20-hour fast that's clean is really where the magic happens, for sure. FRÉ Set, January 23 class. Please lean in to DYANN, rinse and repeat regardless. Enjoy the memory moments and then jump back in. Let's go. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Rinse and repeat is the best way to go. Heidi, so good to have you. DYANN, a 2017 grad. I also joined the January 23 course as a refresher. Girlfriend, cannot wait to have you back in class. It's going to click like this and you're probably going to get results so much faster, even though all my graduates tend to stay really close to this, but we do have life things that happen. I have the same thing, right? It's getting back in that is really the game changer for a lot of us, and that rinse and repeat aspect. So I think some things are going to click for you and reinforce why you've been here for so long, DYANN. I'm super excited. Heidi, sorry you answered that question. That's okay. I'll put it in the teacher's lounge. There you go. Or throw it away. The thing with food and food gifts and maybe food purchases that we've made and then we've decided later that's not the best thing that's going to serve us is the investment has already been made. You do not have to consume food to bring it value. It was a gift. The gift was received. That whoever bought that for you probably felt really good about giving their teacher a gift. That's the value. What you do with that gift is up to you. I would throw it in the trash. You taking it to the teacher's lounge means you're the same problem that you've probably complained about the teacher's lounge, is people bringing in their crappy food and leaving it for other people to eat. So I would throw it away. Don't bring it to the teacher's lounge. It's the same difference, right? If you're not going to consume it, just toss it in the trash. Linda, I had way too many memory-making moments in the last 2 weeks, adding up to 5 pounds. I could wait until January 1st to reset, but choose to start today. Love seeing you and hearing your encouraging words. Linda, that's what I call drawing a line in the sand. Enjoy the line, my friend. Just jump in today. Natalie, a relative asked me where is the other part of my body from a photo I sent in a text. August graduate. You say, girlfriend, that you melted that madness away. I just melted that madness away. Tina, November 22 grad. Thank you for always teaching that we are in control of this lifestyle, not following fad diets anymore. I know me best. I love that statement. Yeah, you know you best. You know you best, 100%. And then Crystal Palace, London. See, international base of women here. I love it. And that's just proof that it's not a you problem, right? It's a woman situation that we're going through with all these changes that we're in with our body. And I think if we could think about, all the changes that we've gone through in our span of life, we always adjust, right? And this is one of those times that we really need to lean hard into just adjusting and taking control of what it is that we say that we really want. And when we make that decision, then everything can change for us and it does get better. We've seen it with our graduates and we see it with a lot of the stories that we get from women who are living this lifestyle loud and proud as well. So 5 healthy habits have nothing to do with food, have nothing to do with exercise, just have everything to do with how you are going to think about you and how you're going to care for yourself. Boundaries with circumstances. do the thing before you allow yourself to do the thing. It is the best way to really create healthy habits for yourself, boundaries with circumstances. The most important part is that circumstance, right? Hungry is where the magic happens. It's just a way to rethink that feeling and sensation of hunger. It's a really good thing when you lean into it and understand what happens when you're in that energized sense of calm and that hungry state of fasting. Only look forward. Girl, we already know things in the past didn't always work out the way we wanted them to, but we have every opportunity to make them work out for us the way we want to in the future. Just decide to keep looking forward. You know you best. In every situation, you know you best. That's the beautiful thing about being a woman. We're super intuitive when it comes to ourselves. Trust that. And then don't care. Don't care what other people are thinking about what you're doing, how you dress, how you show up, how you act, how you talk, any of the things, if they're working for you. And if they're not working for you, then you just keep working on it until you get to that place where you know you best and you really don't care. I am excited to spend another amazing year with you guys. 2022 was amazing. 2023 is going to be amazing as well. And I'm super proud and I'm honored to have you on this journey with all of us here in this community. You are a very valued member of what we have going on here. We couldn't do it without you. And we are, every single woman in this community is paying it forward and showing that we can really have an amazing season of life in what most of us are calling the second half. And so keep that sensation and sense of pride going as well, because you are setting the example for other women to follow as well. Back on track today after 2 days of Christmas eating. I've got this. You 100% do. Once the money is spent, it's called sunk cost. Yeah, we don't need to eat sunk costs. The money has already been spent. The thought has already been exchanged. You've received it. That person felt great about gifting you that. Throw it in the trash. I do that after every holiday season that encompasses food. Today, I'm going to be cleaning out all the leftover extra things that just don't need to be sitting around. Like, there's no shortage of things. There's a holiday coming up next weekend. Then we've got Valentine's Day. Then we've got Easter. There's plenty of opportunities, right? Get rid of it now. You'll be better for it for sure. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys around the internet this week. I'm back in full force, and then I'll see you in class on Saturday if you're joining us for class. Otherwise, I'll see you back here on Thursday, where we'll talk about another thing that has to do for us as women who are going through menopause and practicing an intermittent fasting lifestyle. That's a lot to say. Have a great day.